Paul George. I'm just bringing up this team right here because this is surprising to see Ben Simmons not only on this team but match up against Joel Embiid in the first round. It's crazy. I want to start this game up though. Actually, just so I don't get big subs. I ain't gonna lie, they play hard regardless, so it doesn't matter. I ain't gonna lie, last game's kinda hard. Audio. Bring that ESPN music down about 6, yeah. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Jay, yeah, got the calm down. Yeah. Bring that down. I wonder why the gameplay for actually didn't do that actually. I wonder if that was the normal release speed. Anyway. Try to take another one at home. Move on to the next round. Stay next round.
After a wild opener, we get back at it in Game 2 of the NBA Finals on EA Sports. From State Farm Arena, tonight it's the Atlanta Hawks playing host to the LA Clippers. With my partner Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Hawks coming into play. They were victorious in Game 1, and that's what you want to begin any series, but especially the NBA Finals.
And Game 1 went as expected. But now, as the higher seed, you still got to take care of business in Game 2. As a road team, all you're looking to do is split one of these first 2 games.
Trae Young to Howard.
You too up.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. With the fadeaway. Earns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Take stock of the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. Fires the 3. Off the mark.
Get out fast. Come on, get moving.
To Howard. Clippers have it.
This is a pesky team.
Kawhi Leonard missed his first. That one goes.
I'm telling you right now,
really
with moves like that,
to the
scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Fires the 3. Great defense, forcing them in.
Nice play.
Count the basket. A lot of contact.
Wow.
No foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
From long range, drills the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Clippers have the basketball to Leonard.
Uh-oh.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
And he finishes at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. 4-3. Not getting the bounce.
This seems like the per usual.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
I like that.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
I don't think these kind of shots are tough for Trae Young. You see, he's always been the smallest guy on the court, so he's had to finish through the trees. He's a lot tougher than he gets credit for.
Gilgeous-Alexander to George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot to Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shot clock violation.
3-3. Close. I like that.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Blue, lemon pepper. Who's he got? Oh, Paul George got to me now. Ooh.
Trae Young. Nice pass to set things up.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the
Tell me
coach
why
can
you got
put you
the
in
finals,
multiple looks
Paulie.
within the offense, and then you can get it
Paulie.
any way you want.
Is that why you got to the final, Paulie?
Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young. Screen coming. 5 to shoot for Atlanta.
What? You,
Sabonis can't connect.
what's that? Lemon
Count the
pepper.
basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You
Clearly
come back
not
home,
afraid of the
Devil.
spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rocky.
Nothing going here on that drive.
Oh, good
And
assist, good
scores.
pass
Strong
by
take.
me.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Paul George. Here comes the screen. George to Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets it fly from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. Short jumper off the mark.
Somebody talking about me, dog. Somebody's talking about me. Oh my god. Excuse me. Pass the lemon pepper, Lou. I dare you. I
Gilgeous-Alexander
dare you.
to
I
George.
dare you.
Tough make through
Ooh.
traffic.
I was expecting the dish
What?
there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Montreal. You stop. You stop. I'm playing.
Here comes the screen. Trae Young.
You better.
Another
Ooh.
and a putback slam.
Ooh, establishing the glass early, but the defense has to be better at boxing out.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
All right.
Williams to Gibson.
Toss.
Short jumper off the mark.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
To Trae Young.
Good
Look
pass.
out. Big finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Driving right to the basket. Cashes in for two.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young. Sizing up the defense.
Take off, Ryan. Oh my
Sit
God.
down with authority.
Where's my
It's easy
foul?
to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Oh yeah.
On the painted area won't go down.
Might you injured or
Tough
something?
shot
Why you
and
running like
nearly a
that?
chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Williams. Now a steal by Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they running. Oh
Shot from the
no,
lane
he's
won't
not.
go.
What are you doing?
Yes,
Oh, and
and a
one.
foul.
I
He'll
love
have
it.
a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he misses that one free throw.
All right, well, I'm
Out
gonna
of
see what
bounds.
it is. Like 55. I thought.
Beyond the arc for three. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that three.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
Timeout. I would do some voiceovers, but yeah, I ain't. Nah, forget all that. My voice hurts. My voice box.
Kawhi Leonard, tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game now. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also
Oh, yeah, go
finding
ahead,
his
Anthony.
rhythm.
It's off?
And the rebound brought down by Harrell. Williams. Short jumper misses.
Jabari. And Jabari we trust.
Deep three at the buzzer.
Oh.
We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. You're watching the 2020 NBA Finals, and it's on EA Sports.
Who the tongue? Let me stop.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's LA Clippers ball. Williams to Paul George. Here comes the screen. Williams to Allen Crabbe for three.
Oh my
Too
God,
easy.
Allen.
Defense has to communicate.
Traitor.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball.
I wish on
Offensive
live.
player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball.
Yeah, right back at
Bang,
you,
that's how he
Alan.
set it up.
Yeah, I can take you there. Let me go. I wish on live that you could see the recent NBA history, like, or at least NBA history period. Like, I can't see like my championships or none of that, and I can't see anything. I know I got a championship though.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially
my
lose yourself
back-to-back,
in what the team
I
is
was
trying
out
to
all
accomplish.
year.
It's called unselfish basketball.
With an
and there's
injury.
nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Ooh.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
I'm not gonna lie.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. 1 free throw good, so he converts on the 3-point play. And the lead down to 11. To Parker. To Trae Young. Oh, he had him there for a second.
Hey.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
I can't wait till they have a real story behind NBA Live. Like, I fuck with the story so far. You know, the one and everything, really winning championship, you know.
Has a chance. Paul George.
What's his
He's
next
3 of 5.
they kind of
60% shooting from the
broadcasted
field. Jay, when you break down
story a
Paul
little
George,
bit.
where is he
They just
at
need to
his
do that.
best?
He needs to be engaged.
If y'all gonna
he needs to have
make
the
it
ball in his hands.
arcade
He
and
needs to be
stimulated at the
needed.
same time.
And that's the
Like, we
biggest
need
thing for
that.
Paul George. When
We
he's the
need
guy
that.
offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Off the mark. No
That's
good.
my favorite move now.
Oh, he had it.
Yeah, they got back.
Hawks have it. Trae Young. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range.
Oh.
Man, that was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
You know I'm out here, man. They need a timeout. They need a timeout. What do you mean?
Williams to Redick.
They don't got nobody stronger than me, really. He probably might hit him with a crossover or something. Alright. Uh-oh.
Shot from in close, no good.
We out on the
That's
break.
how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being
yeah.
physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Williams to Allen Crabbe. Redick to Allen Crabbe.
Good block.
Pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a look.
Cool.
Knocks it down from
I like it.
mid-range.
I like it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Clippers with the possession now.
NBA Finals, baby. Back to back.
Williams. probing the defense. To Allen Crabbe. Fires the three. Hawks have the board. To Trae Young. Fires the three.
Washington State didn't get that rebound.
It's no good. Williams into the front court. Down a bundle. To Redick. Down low for Gibson. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
Why you say it like there's a girl right in front of him?
To Howard. Superman. Dwight Howard.
That? Was
3 for 3 in this first half.
Did somebody contest?
I'm a little bit confused. Was that a well-designed offense or just poor defense? Maybe a little bit of both.
To Allen Crabbe. Missed a wide-open look.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Back on defense,
Redick
running.
His guys down big. Add 2 points to the board.
No doubt about where that one was.
Come here. Oh, wow.
From long range,
bucket top.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Ooh.
He was all
like
over. Missed the shot. No free throws.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more concerned with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Superman, Dwight Howard. Now the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one. LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George. Finish that.
Oh my God, hey.
Trying to cash in.
Oh, I need you to hit that one.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
To Paul George. Kawhi Leonard. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Here comes the screen. 4-3.
Please.
Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that.
Gilgeous Alexander to Leonard.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Kawhi Leonard, couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Trae Young to Howard. Superman, Dwight Howard. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here comes the screen. George to the basket, but it won't go. Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young. Off the assist.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Howard. LA with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. Kawhi Leonard, now 4 for 9.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Lets it fly from beyond
What
the
a foul,
arc.
ref.
Not that time. He missed it. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Paul George, 4-2. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. We've reached
I thought he was about to
game
drain
2.
that.
Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over
About to
to
say,
Jalen
knee-how,
Rose for our
knee-how.
EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports halftime report. The Hawks dominated this matchup from the opening tip, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scores for the Atlanta Hawks. Fellas, back to you.
First half.
So when you see him trying to waste some more time on it,
Second half bring.
you
We'll
really
find
these
out
boys
as we're
been
underway.
putting up no fat.
To George. Nothing going here on that drive. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Trae Young. Ball's tied up.
Wow.
After the tie-up, let's see who can retain it. It's good.
It just seems like nobody can
Look what
stop
he
him
did
but
to you,
him. Once
like,
he's found
come
his
on.
offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. To Leonard. Rebound comes to Atlanta. To Trae Young. Has a chance.
You missed
Doesn't
it,
get
though.
the bounce. Short jumper won't fall.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Count
Bully
the
ball,
basket,
bully
and it
ball.
could have been more. No whistle.
Could have been
Let me
more,
tell you
no
something that
whistle. Why
nobody
you
will
swallowing
ever
no
talk
whistle,
about. Did
Cole?
you see him slow down
I
right
mean,
before
not
he was
Coach.
about to go
Ref.
up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Shot from the
Kawhi
lane
almost
won't
got
go.
a strong man bucket.
Trey Young.
Hey.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very
I'm
little
a
to lose
different
on those type of
breed.
plays if they know they can, number
Not me.
one, create
But Brian
contact, and
King
number
is a
two,
different
still get the ball up.
breed.
You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive
What
end
you
by initiating
mean?
the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
MVP. I already know who the MVP was. Stop playing. Should have been Trey Young. Hey. Oh no.
Free throw
Okay.
good to cap off the three-point play as they
30
continue
points.
to open things up here in the third quarter.
Oof. Feel like LeBron already.
Here comes the screen.
Really, I feel like Jordan. Cause ain't nobody scoring.
George lets it fly. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Ah, can't miss those. Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. It goes down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Leonard gets it in the left corner. To Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. It's George for 2. The jumper's off the mark. On the follow.
I'm trying to get
Way
that
to stay
rebound.
with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of
Don't really
contact,
nobody, you know.
focusing on the rim.
Trey Young. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. Well contested. To Trey Young.
Oh
Now your
yeah.
practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Here comes the screen. George. To Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Leonard buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Get back on D. He went and shot that.
That won't go. It
What
doesn't
a
take a brain
idiot.
surgeon to know that was not a good shot.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Trey Young. Lets it fly from long range. Not easy.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter,
Hey, 365.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Paul George. Beyond the arc for three. And Paul George going to launch beyond the arc. Taken down by Howard.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Trae Young. Here comes the screen. To Trae Young. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Can't convert the free throw. It's Atlanta ball. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down. I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Trae Young. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here's Atlanta. Nice pass to get things going.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Here's a chance from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. Fires the three, and the rebound comes down to the Clippers.
Get more points.
To George. To Allen Crabbe. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Allen Crabbe. Hawks with the basketball. To Trae Young. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way.
Play on the ball, but he was there. I give him that. He got faced. Facial. Ah,
That
bro.
won't go. To Allen Crabbe. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
It's LA Clippers ball and a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Allen Crabbe. To Gilgeous-Alexander. George. And he buries it.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Trae Young. Five to shoot for Atlanta. Has a look. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul George. Fires the three. Howard with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
George
Paulie,
gets it to
you
go.
ain't decided the
Coach cannot
backboard,
be
yes,
happy
sir.
with that closeout.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
The Hawks are victorious. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series, a 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Oh, one. Kendall Bingham teeing up, yes, sir. I feel like the Atlanta Hawks will be a final team one day.
Put on a show in a blowout. What really
if
stood
Trae
out for
Young
me is how many
stays
times they scored on second effort plays. It takes heart to keep up that kind of
Trae Young's
execution.
gonna have to stay
And
there,
these guys were
you know?
relentless. Check out the leading scores for the Atlanta Hawks. The Clippers seem to give up on this game as it got more challenging. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Second chance points. Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
see y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
Professor Live. What's happening, everybody? Professor Live. The one just went off, getting buckets from everywhere. Had to react to it, had no choice. I was checked out. The one was locked in last night. Sometimes
hey.
like that, there's no stopping.
Hey.
The defense didn't have an answer for the one last night.
Hey.
Big shout out and thank you to everybody who checked out this reaction video of the one just going crazy tonight. Be sure to check back for more here at Professor Live.
Appreciate you both, you know. Have a good chance at being the NBA champs. Can take you down on your home court. That sound like a mean nigga right there. I'm sorry. Sounds like a mean person. Yeah. Playoff still looming. Again, here to look at the playoff bracket. Appreciate you sticking around or joining me or viewing this at all. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. You know the dizzy deal.